What's good, people? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm meeting up with Street Pigeon MTB. You may have heard of him or may have not, but he basically does videos that are based in the area I live in and around Scotland, riding different trails, sharing his experiences. Really cool channel, and I think one of the great things is that a lot of people can relate to him. My job is to ride a bike and race a bike full time. His job is not. So it's going to be cool to come together. That's our plan. We're going to ride some trails, share our experiences. If I can give any knowledge to him or share any of my tips, then that's going to be great. I'm sure I'm going to learn things from him as well. I want to follow him and just get a different perspective really from both sides. But yeah, it's going to be a cool concept. So I hope you enjoy the video. Make sure you give it a like if you are stoked on the content. And yeah, let's get into it.
Lewis is running some nice wee stuff.
I hope it doesn't fall, I swear. Pull up off that jump and my forks will fall out. I'm sure it'll be alright. So what my thoughts were was that I'll ride and say I'll just stop, and then we can just get together, and then we'll just, I guess, like yo-yo effect.
Yeah.
But I'm keen for you to try, and because I don't think my lines are necessarily that gnarly. I just think they're like ever so slightly different, and they can make a massive difference to like opening up turns or smoother lines, like rather than the main line. So like if you can even, you know, it's up to you whether you want to like try them, but if you see them, then at least you're like, oh, like I can remember that for next time or whatever. Yeah, so we'll just do that. Whoa. Something feels weird on my bike. I don't know what it is. Dropping back in. So there's a lot of lines on this track, and I think Jamie will learn a lot. So we're going to stop in some areas on here and yeah, run through some lines, I think, is the plan. All right. Like that little sneaky one at the start.
Yeah, like it's funny, like you've not even been doing the lines and you're taking loads of these little bits.
So basically, we have like a bit of a, I guess like you want to call it an S-bend, right? The main line's obviously way rougher and there's a lot more going on, but there's still like a lot of, whatever you want to call it, real estate like on the outside. Primary line that I do go main line, but where you're standing, go right next to that tree, and basically like it's a complete straight line, so I'm not having to wiggle. Yeah. And yeah, it's just, I mean, it's rather tight, but I feel like you can get on it pretty easily at any speed, whether you're going super slow, whether you're going really fast. But it's just all about that, like, I guess, straightening up the trail. Yeah. And that's something that I tend to try and really keep an eye open, is to kind of get down as fast as I can. But you don't have to always apply that to normal riding, but I think it can be enjoyable to like attempt or try things. This line that I'm going to do is obviously very kind of basic, but it allows you to straighten out the whole section essentially, and just be all round much faster.
Literally, I was trying to be smart with the camera, and I had it, and I just was like, oh, absolutely brilliant, mate. Nah, man, if you could show me, I might actually just stand behind and
yeah, it's just like the slightest bit of change, like in a line, it can just make something way more straight.
Literally, as you went past, it was like this like ball of wind went past.
A ball of wind. Stuff is really good to do is to section parts of trails and work on carrying speed, and I think you can learn a lot from it. So I really recommend it for all you guys to work on. Back in. That line is insane how much speed you can carry. Stoked on that. So for this little section here, there's two lines. There's the main line. I've been on the line that I think a lot of people don't really do or necessarily see. So I'm interested to see if Jamie does the main line and then switching to that line, if he feels like there's any difference. It's really cool to ride with someone and get a different perspective on all that stuff. So yeah, cool to share experiences, and I think you guys can kind of apply it to your riding too and keep your eyes open. Bit of a wiggle through the main line, but carried good speed, so I'll be interested to see if he can carry that speed over that high line. Yeah! So he was on it there, but it was a lot faster. At least he got it, that was good. I think as well though, because you're doing that straight line, you're essentially carrying way more speed into the turn. So it's like, it's also getting used to that speed, like you said. I think you weren't doing this main line here and all the kind of like gentle braking that you were doing. It's difficult. I think you see with stuff like that, little tiny lines. Yeah. I think you can keep that stuff in your back pocket, but let's say if there was to be an EWS here, the majority of the guys would probably spot that and just do it. But then riding here, I think is completely different to obviously like anywhere else that we race, like Whistler. Yeah. Like this is just a unique type of riding. Like it's tight. People feel awkward. You know what I mean? Like. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I've pretty much rode here since I was a kid, right? So it's like I know these trails so well, so it's easy for me to kind of know the lines and spot them, and they're just natural to me. So when people see lines like that, they're like, we'd never have spotted that. Yeah. Right, back in. So that line was sweet. Good to see that Jamie nailed it. Trails are running awesome right now. We're gonna go down to a lower section and yeah, just work on some opening up some turns at the bottom. I replaced all the bearings in my swing arm just for a freshen up, and holy moly, it makes such a difference. Bike feels amazing. I always say that in my videos. Jump. Right, this could be our first area. This doesn't maybe seem like much. We have like, you know, a fairly flat section here with a couple S-bends. And then again, there's a main line that obviously majority of people are taking, but you can see on the right next to, well, basically on this banking, it's all kind of like as if some people have been, you know, going along here basically. Trust me when I say this, the momentum that you're carrying from the previous section will get you over this little section of route here super quickly, and your tires won't even have time to slide. The slower you go, like if you're gonna, say you start from there and you just pedal in, you're probably gonna slip on this. Okay. But if you're carrying some momentum and your wheels are moving, you're gonna make it over. So basically my thinking with this is, if I'm mainline here, it's pretty bumpy and it makes the corner essentially tighter at the end. Yep. So when I'm saying I'm opening turns, I'm trying to start, you know, for example on this left-hander, be as far right as I can. So that I'm making it one big arc. And the following turn is a right-hander. It's got quite a step in it. So I just think if you're, say for example, if you are up here, you just have more of like a smoother arc. I think you don't have to go over the route. I feel like the stump is perfect. Nothing there. And if you roll over that, look how smooth and nice that is. But what I'm explaining is just about opening up turns, making it less janky and more smoother and more of an arc. Essentially you're then carrying more speed, so definitely very handy. Might only look very small, but like a very small change, but these things can make big differences.
So I reckon with that, that's right on my, like, do you know what it is? It's the psychology. It's that stump there.
Yeah.
And in my head, I'm like, pedal will hit on the stump. It's these silly things that I like play in my mind.
Yeah.
Whereas you just hit that. So
I mean, keep your pedals level.
Keep your pedals level
When you're going over it.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a perfect platform on top of that stump.
Okay.
Just aim for the middle of it, obviously. I mean, I think it's really cool to understand and have a feeling of what position he's in and how he approaches trails as well. Like, it's something I can learn too. No, you nailed that. That was smooth. Do you see how smooth it is though? When
completely.
I felt like you were just like floating.
That was cool.
Right, we can do this, and then we'll go down to the next corner, and then we can push back up, and then we can try and link this, and then the line that's down here as well.
Okay.
Like, so we can try and apply it to this whole kind of section here and learn about linking it up. No pressure. Do your thing. Just remember,
Just trying to
if you can nail that over the stump, brace yourself for that right, and then let the next ones flow, and you'll probably be able to spot that high line on that left-hander. Following Jamie. Jump. Yes. Yes, dude. Oh, he's on it. Super smooth. Hell yeah.
I really appreciate that. Yeah, I see what you mean. That second line completely smooths out.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that the line?
Yeah, yeah. No, you did good.
Cheers, man. I
honestly.
really appreciate that.
You did good. Just remember on these, they're quite long, eh? So remember that thing, like, just picture you're just like that, rather than like people can kind of get aggressive.
Try and keep smooth.
Yeah. Right. Following Jamie at the start. Good to see that he's angulating the bike. Whoa! This is muddier than what I thought it was going to be. Back in, jump. So it's really cool to ride with someone like Jamie that doesn't ride a bike full time and professionally, and help him with some things. Gonna change up the line here. See that line there? And then that one. A little bit different. So that was cool to follow Jamie there. We're going to go to a section that I think is really good to section. There's a bit of line choice. Oh man, I say it every time, but my bike is feeling so good. Into the steeps. This is the bit that we'll stop at. I'm going to just demonstrate a little bit about line choice on this. There's obviously a low line and a high line. I'm going to go low, and it's like a much tighter exit, but maybe more direct entrance, but it's going to make the end more tighter. I'm going to have to do more braking, so I'll give that a go, and then do the high line and just show you how much more kind of comfy and how much more important it is to do that high line. Yeah, it's just a bit more the turn that you're standing at, it's just like you come in with a better angle, and I was able to pull up to here. Going on that high line set me up way better for the third turn basically, which you can see down here. I was able to pull out earlier and get up high, whereas I was going low. I was dragging my brakes a lot and essentially came to a stop at the tree almost and had to duck.
Oh, missed it.
Oh, greasy. So greasy. Kind of finished the like sectioning, going over some certain parts of line choice, and honestly, like, I think it's very difficult for people to have the sort of vision that like I have, as far as keeping your eyes open for lines that make the tiniest bit of difference. Like, as a racer, it's always in my kind of natural, it's like a habit to look for minimal gains, and I don't expect people to have that same outlook as me, but like watching Jamie do that stuff and actually like link up some of the lines and feel comfortable doing them was like really good to see. And as far as me following him down, I mean, it's fair to say I learned stuff too, because it's like we're two different riders, two different styles, different backgrounds, all that sort of stuff, and I think to come together and share experiences and you know, talk about confidence and how that can affect things is really cool. So different perspective on this video. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Make sure you give it a like, subscribe to Jamie's channel as well. If you aren't subscribed already, please do. And until the next one, peace out, stay safe, healthy, and we'll see you in the next one.